Here. Okay, so without any further ado, my name is Coach Smile. I'm a founding affiliate. Excited to be here. We've got a lot of new things planned for the next 6 months. So you can put your whole year into a 6 month run. And I'm proud to have with us tonight um, an affiliate that is an educator, is a mom, a civic leader, but most of all, a woman of stature, someone that I've grown to respect, and she is working the business part-time. And so can you, to the point that your part-time exceeds your full-time. And without any further ado, let me turn it over. Elaine, I saw you. Uh, I watched the time too. Miss Lena Ramsey.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Hello, Miss Veronica. Hi. She's logging on from Panama. Welcome, welcome. Hello, everybody. Hello, Mr. Rajiv. Hi,
Hello,
Dr.
Happy New Year,
BC.
everyone.
Hi. Hello, Happy New Year. Yes, Happy New Year. Inspired by Miss Elaine Short with our Kwanzaa today. I have my African bracelets and my beads on that came from Africa through Panama. So you see, we talked about that. So thank you, Miss Elaine, for all that Kwanzaa. But happy Hanukkah. Is it done? No, today? Yesterday. I think yesterday was the last day of Hanukkah. Um, but hello to everyone. These are the holidays. This is a brand new year. Oh, it's a brand new year, and this is silent. This is sign language for applause, silent applause. So everybody, if you see us doing that, that's what this is about. Welcome again. Thank you. We know that you have other things to do. We know that your lives are busy. Some of you are probably even working, but you're here. And you could be anywhere else. So we welcome you and we thank you for being here. I love to get us started and getting ready to do so to our presentation this evening, where you're going to hear about a lot of great information. Um, let's, if everyone can mute their phone, just a little bit of housekeeping. If everyone can mute their phones, please, or their computers, their devices, so we can have a seamless transition. We'll get started. Okay, this is our ultimate founders training. Grow your team and achieve remarkable results. It's hosted by Miss Kim Law and Dr. Janice Spalding. Satisfied customer and incredible sister, Jana Spalding, MD, who's a graduate at Vassar College, a graduate at Stanford Medical School. She was going to school for a long time, guys. A specialist in medicine and a proud parent. And I have to say, number one sis over here. Dr. Jana, we're going to turn it right over to you.
Thank you, Sister. Of all the bullets on this slide, the proud parent one is just the biggest one right now. But we have information about our health to focus on in this new year, 2025. We are going to be bringing to you a series of sort of short informationals and weekly wellness tips in a special format designed with you in mind to catapult your understanding, to be able to know what Ayurveda is, to eat better, to live better, to feel better, and even to look better in 2025. So let's start with one of our foundational products. It's called Ambrosia. Oh my goodness. We could spend the entire call just talking about ambrosia. I want to show you where I keep my ambrosia because, you know, we are what we're made of. And so food's important for health, but food is also important for pleasure. And food is also important for socializing. So this is where I keep my ambrosia. I don't keep chocolate in here anymore. I don't keep cookies in here anymore. This is delicious. It tastes so good. And it's good for you. There are so many benefits I just want to mention really quickly. Um, you have some names of some of the herbs. There are 53 herbs and spices in this product, people. This is a formulation that comes from an ancient science named Ayurveda. And there are 3 of the herbs and spices that are included. Amlaki, ashwagandha, some of you may have heard of it. Saffron, many of us cook with it. And then 50 others. What do they do for you? Why is it so good? Well, uh, ambrosia promotes stress relief and mental clarity. Anybody interested in a little bit of mental clarity in 2025? This will help with that. Ambrosia is considered something called a rasayana in Ayurveda, which means a tonic that rejuvenates you. So you get rejuvenation and vitality from it. And finally, I just wanted to highlight respiratory health. In many parts of the United States now, we're in cold and flu season, and some people, the cold weather affects their breathing. Well, um, Tulsi, which is holy basil, and other ingredients possess expectorant and bronchodilator properties. It's good for your respiratory health. There's so much more to this. Can we go to the next slide, please? If I mentioned how good it tastes, didn't I? One of the ways it tastes good is that it's sweet. And some people in our country have to watch their sweets because of this condition known diabetes. And sometimes they're told that even some fruits they really have to restrict. And they're told even that honey they have to restrict. But ambrosia is made with raw honey, organically produced. And so it doesn't have a high glycemic index. It doesn't send your blood glucose spiking up and then crashing down. It is safe even for diabetics to eat. So, golly. You know, it's made by Nutraveda and it is good for you and it tastes really good. And this is just one of the products. So I just cannot say enough about ambrosia. Oh, and by the way, you can expect with a lot of nutraceuticals to have price points where a 30-day supply is $100, $150, $200. Well, the price point for ambrosia, if you buy only one, is 49 bucks. If you buy 2, it's 99 bucks, but right now this is special for 89. So it's good for you. It tastes good and it won't break your wallet. What is there to lose? Absolutely nothing. All right, let's move on. Every week we have weekly wellness tips, and you may or may not remember that way back in December of 2024, we talked about something called health span. And all of us want to live long, and that's great. That's called lifespan. But what's the point of living long if living isn't good? And so there's this other idea called health span, which is long life with health. So it's long life with quality. And I don't know about you, but that's what I want for myself and the people that I love and for every single person on this call. So there are 3 things that help us with our health span. Number 1 is food. Number 2 are loving relationships. And number 3 is movement. This is just a review. We talked about it. So for January, we're going to focus on the food part. And for today, we're going to focus on where food enters our body. We're going to go past the mouth, past the throat, past the esophagus, from the stomach all the way on down. We call it the gut. In this gut, we carry stuff. So, I believe we're all adults here, so I'm going to be speaking to grown-ups about grown-up issues here. This may not be appropriate for people under 18 years of age. We have bacteria that live in us, with us, on us. The average American carries, are you ready for this? 10 pounds of bacteria in their gut. 10 pounds of bacteria in their gut. The key about it, though, is all bacteria are not bad. As a matter of fact, our gut works best when it has beneficial bacteria in it. You heard me, beneficial bacteria. Bacteria that are good for us. They help us absorb our food. They keep our gut healthy. Yeah, beneficial bacteria. Our gut is like a field. You have to seed it, you have to feed it, and you have to weed it. So the bacteria that are healthy, the beneficial bacteria, are also known as anybody want to finish that? Starts with
Biotics.
probiotics. We got the teacher in the room. Yes, probiotics. Well, we have a product named probiotic, but golly, it doesn't just have probiotics, it also has prebiotics, but that's a topic for another day. Probiotics are specific types of bacteria, and they come from foods that we don't always eat, like kimchi and kefir and miso, a lot of fermented stuff, tempeh and yogurt. And they just really are not that big a part of our diet, which is why, we need some probiotics. So the probiotics, I want you to stay with me now. The probiotics are bacteria that are good for us. And so we want to feed them and we want to give them a good environment for them to thrive. How do you feed probiotics? You feed them with prebiotics, and that's food. Prebiotic foods include garlic, onion, leeks, asparagus, artichokes, seaweed, and berries. And then there's this chemical called FOS. We won't get into it. It's in a bunch of fruits. And when you look at your bottle of probiotics, you can see a lot of fruit in there that have these fructooligosaccharides. Don't worry about it. There won't be a test. The other foods that are good for these probiotic bacteria are legumes, lentils, beans, chickpeas, oatmeal. Did you know that one of the reasons that oatmeal is good for you is that it feeds the good bacteria in your gut? I think that's awesome. But anyway, oatmeal, cassava. How many people know what cassava is? I know there are people on this call who are familiar with cassava, and millet, which may not be so popular. And so we want a healthy gut. We want it populated with beneficial bacteria. We know what we have to do to feed it. And so I'd like everybody to take out a piece of paper and pen, because we are going to write down the things that we need to do to promote beneficial bacteria in our gut. Number one, feed the bacteria. Number two, seed the bacteria. And number three, weed out things that get in the way of the bacteria. Now, you don't have to take all these notes, but I wanted to make sure that you had feed, seed, and weed. The seed is the bacteria itself. That's the probiotic. We feed it with legumes and oatmeal and cassava and millet and garlic and onions and leeks and asparagus and artichokes and seaweed and berries. Those are all prebiotic foods. And we weed the gut lining by eliminating things that bad bacteria eat, like processed foods, white sugar, and unnecessary medications. Notice I said unnecessary. Now, I don't determine what's necessary for you. You and your doctor determine what's necessary for you. But those are the things that, oh, that the beneficial bacteria just hate, you know, the chemicals and the processed food and the saturated fat. Ah, our beneficial bacteria just wilt. We don't want them. We got to pick them up. So, to summarize, we want those 10 pounds of bacteria in our gut to be beneficial bacteria. So let's seed it, let's feed it, and let's weed it. Stay tuned for next week's wellness tips. Next time, bring a friend. We are still going to be talking about food. And this time it won't be about feed your bacteria, it'll be about clean your gut. So bring a friend. Thank you very much. I'm going to turn it over now back to Miss Lena.
Well, thank you, Dr. Jana. That was very informational. That was amazing. Feed, seed, and weed the bacteria in our gut. And if all and that's one of the reasons why we're here, right? Because we want those nutraceuticals. All right, let me
So Lena, I
introduce.
just want to interject for 1 second.
Yes, sir.
I'm so impressed by Dr. Jana that we had this discussion before this call, and I said, we are bringing back the probiotics by popular demand, and for January only, of course, we're going to do a BOGO event, which is a buy one get one 50% off for the probiotics. It's brand new, and we just started shipping out, and I'm hoping that people will take advantage of it. So just wanted to kind of chime in on that one.
Thank you, Rajiv. Definitely. Personally, I've been waiting for it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for the other little treats. So thank you. I did receive it. So that probiotic is amazing, guys. Do not let that BOGO go, because together with everything else, it will help us. Miss Kim Law, trailblazer in this company. It is time for Kim to join us. She is going to take you to a different level. She owned her own health food and holistic center for more than 13 years. She's a founder, fostering families. She's a future and present nonprofit owner. She's been in a movie, featured in a movie. She's a founder of the New Path Life Reset. Kim is just an incredible, enthusiastic, wonderful wife and mom and daughter. I don't know what else I could say about Kim, but she's gonna wow you with her presentation. Kim, please do us the favor and take it over.
Thank you, Miss Lena. We appreciate you guiding us through the call today. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate you. We're going to talk about these amazing collections that NutraVeda has. They actually have 3 sets of collections. We have the water collection, which is absolutely fabulous. So imagine, if you would, there are some filtration systems that look very similar to this. However, they're not even remotely close, because when you take the ingredients that they use in the filtration system, ours does 250 gallons of water for our large pitcher, not 35. So as you can see, that is a huge savings for your investment in your health and your wellness. Our water bottle actually filtrates 150 gallons, and the straw does 50 gallons. Now, when we're talking about filtering, we're talking about getting rid of the PFOAs, the iodine, the chlorine, the radiation, all these things that you absolutely do not want to have in your water. So imagine being able to give a straw to your child, to your grandchild, or have in your pocket while you're going on hikes, and being able to have access to healthy water no matter where you are at any given time. This is a fantastic product. Now we also have our patches, which is our K-tape, the K-tape, as well as the patches are nanoparticulates of CBD isolate. So there's no THC, no CBN that converts to THC, so you can't light up a test because it's non-existent in the product. However, what this product does is it works on your cannabinoid system, so the receptors are working at their optimum so that the body can actually have all the systems working at their most optimum way. Now, we're going to talk about our NutraVeda collection. Personally, I just can't talk enough about this collection, but we're going to go individually real quick. Daily Defense. Right now, folks, this is flu season. You know, years ago, we had the COVID thing going on. Sometimes that's still stuck around, right? But it's flu. So what we want to do is make sure when you're around a lot of people, you want to make sure your immune system's strong. So we've got several ways of doing this. The biggest is our Daily Defense, along with our Ambrosia. Ambrosia has been around for hundreds, well, I think it's like over 1,000 years. The formula for it was actually kind of like in a peanut butter consistency prior to it being formulated in these gummies, which is incredible. It's like a drop of delicious. They call them gummies, but I feel like it's more of a fruit leather consistency. It just dissolves. I love sucking on it just to let the honey and the herbs and spices, if you feel like you got a tickle in your throat, it's magnificent. It works on a whole body wellness, not just respiratory, but when you have an opportunity, look at all the ingredients that Ambrosia has to offer and what's in it, because it works on the whole body, not just one system. Now we have our Tranquility. Tranquility and Relief are two of my very favorite products. Tranquility, actually, those two products were originally designed and utilized specifically for people in hospice. One works on neurological pain and stress and anxiety, which is Tranquility, and helps with sleep. It doesn't make you blow bubbles from taking it. You can actually take it during the daytime. So if you have stress or anxiety, it helps to just relax that space in you. It's absolutely amazing. Relief, this is my favorite personally. I was blind for 16 years from taking a prescribed medication, Topamax. It caused bilateral acute angle closure glaucoma with glaucomflecken. And no, I'm not cussing. It sounds like it, but I'm really not. I was blessed to be introduced to these products. I started taking the Relief about 6 years ago, and I took an enormous amount of this for the herniated discs in my neck and back, above what the normal daily dose. I'm not telling you to do that. I'm just telling you I did, because, you know, when it's food, I was just like, hey, I'm getting relief from pain and inflammation, and I needed to keep functioning. So I started taking it. Well, when I combined it with the probiotic that came out a few months later at that time, it was magical. For me, it literally started to take my gut health, the gut-brain barrier, everything started working in a harmonious way. It ended up taking the scar tissue off my eyes, and now I can see to drive. I've been driving for a couple of years now, and I haven't stopped. I drive a lot. Our Glow is one of our newest products. I love it because it's great for hair and nails. Makes your hair lovely. My hair is really long, and I can tell you when you start losing hair and it's this long, it's everywhere. It's absolutely ubiquitous. If you know what that is, it's everywhere. When I started taking the Glow, I noticed that my brush wasn't filling with hair. I was like, this is incredible. I couldn't believe it. My nails, I work on cars. I do all sorts of stuff. I actually still have fingernails, which is amazing. I love this product because it works from the inside out. So our body becomes healthy from the inside out. And all these products, I'm going to talk about targeted areas in just a minute. Vitality, this is my go-to. Forget energy drinks, folks. If you need to stay awake, alert, sharp, articulate in what you're doing, Vitality is the key. This product was actually designed by a urologist as a vasodilator. So imagine, if you would, increase blood circulation. It's great for your heart. And guess what else it does? It brings oxygen to the brain, so it makes it where you're sharp, you're clear, you're focused. I use this, I keep it with me in my purse especially when I'm going on long drives or just need to stay focused on things. I keep it with me constantly. That and the Relief are with me like 24/7 in the GlycoSlim. My purse looks like a bag of wellness. Now, our GlycoSlim, that's the next topic I want to share with you. It is fantastic. If you have, if you've ever looked at being able to make sure that your insulin sensitivity, your insulin levels are balanced, this has had remarkable results, not only for me, but my husband as well. He was on insulin. He's not on insulin now. We're not saying this is going to do for you. I'm just telling you, it's worked really good for us. They were saying I was pre-diabetic, to have no need for any of that other nonsense. It's wonderful. Now, one of the products that's not shown on here just yet is our Renew. This product, when they came out, they said, oh, it's like the fountain of youth. I'm thinking, well, who doesn't want to look younger, right? I'm like, I'm on that page. What I didn't expect was that the injury that I had from the car accident 20 years earlier that wiped out my ability to have a short-term memory, 20 years, folks, within a few weeks, I started noticing my memory. I was starting to have a short-term memory again. For 20 years, I had not had one. It was non-existent. Now, after 8-9 months of using the product religiously, I swear by it. I'm able to go from one room to the next and remember why I went in there. I'm able to come up with ideas and concepts and keep that thought going in my mind and staying clear and articulate. This company is coming up with new products. We have Java Slender, which is so exciting because it's supposed to be put in your coffee. I don't drink coffee, but I said, you know what? I'm going to try it in my smoothie. Oh my gosh, folks, talk about kicking up your body's metabolism. To sit and sweat just because it kicked your metabolism in is incredible. I was like, well, this is amazing. I was so excited about it. I can't wait till that's available for us. So let's talk about a few exciting things here. We're going to talk about how to contact, build, and grow your business and the impact that you can have on the community around you. So the first thing we want to do is we want to reach out to people who are influencers. You know, if you do Facebook, the social media, all these different social impact things, those people who have large followers, these are the people you want to reach out and have a conversation with. Find out how you can meet a need for them. If you hear in a conversation they're talking about health and wellness, these are folks you want to reach out. You want to message them privately and say, hey, I've got something I want to share with you. I'd love to take just a moment of your time. Take a look at my link, right? Now, here's some places you can go in person. Think about a health spa or a gym. Now, why would you go to a health spa? Glow, relief, renew. It's all about the probiotic. All these things work from the inside out. Gyms, oh my word, if you take Vitality before you work out, your recovery time, your downtime from recovering from working out is shortened tremendously. And when you add the patch with it, because it has the CBD isolate, their nanoparticulates, it makes everything else you're doing work better. It's amazing. Now, coming soon, hold your hats. Guess what we've got? A fundraising campaign. So here is what I want you to do. Over the next few weeks, I want you to write down and make a list of all the churches, schools, nonprofits that you see, meet, and come in contact with on a constant and daily basis. I want you this week to write down all the businesses that have anything to do with health, wellness, that you go and buy groceries from. If you go to a health food store, write them down. Let them see your face because you're doing business with them. You are their customer, right? And ask them, do you have the NutraVeda collection? And if they say no, say, oh, well, I love their products. I was just wondering if you carried it. Let me see if I can find out, if I could get somebody to reach out to you, is that something you might be interested in carrying? I've had remarkable results with their products. Do you see how you can have that conversation with people? Then you get somebody else to come in and do a three-way conversation with you. Now, I want you to think about creative and positive influence that you're going to have on your community around you. How can you do that? We have a morning call every morning from Monday through Friday from 8:30 in the morning. This is Eastern Standard Time. And for those of you on the West Coast, God bless y'all for getting up at 5:30 in the morning. Y'all rock. We meet and greet, have a conversation for about 15 minutes. And at exactly 8:45, we start a meditation. And then at 9 o'clock or there close by, we have an education and motivational little blip. So this is not just about our business. It's not necessarily, we're not talking about products and ingredients and things like that. We're talking about health and wellness tips that you can take, strengthen your mind, your body, your spirit in all ways, in every aspect of your life. And one of the things that you can do, make sure you get your phone, take a picture, lasts longer. I'm going to bring the screen up a little bit later. You go to carebeyond.online/training if you're looking for ways to build and grow your business. Now let's talk about some exciting things here. RPM. What is RPM? Rapid Planning Method. It's also called Results Planning Method. Tony Robbins has these really great ways of doing things. See, when we change our questions, we're actually changing our life. So what are the questions that you are asking, not just other people, but yourself? How am I feeling today? What am I going to accomplish? What are the activities that I'm going to do to move forward today? Well, when it comes to planning our life, there's 3 questions we need to ask. Make sure you write these down. Number 1, what do I want? You have to be specific, clear, articulate about exactly what you want. If you don't know what you want, neither does the universe and Heavenly Father, or whatever your belief is in a higher power. Number 2, what is your outcome? What is your expected outcome? What are you looking to be able to accomplish? Are you looking for extra money? Are you looking for better health? Are you looking for better stamina? Are you looking to be able to have magnificent friends and associates connected? You know, I mean, we definitely have that here. And number 3, what's my result? What is not, see, the expected outcome and the result are 2 different things. The outcome could be a conversation that you're wanting. Well, I want to have a conversation with somebody about the NutraVeda collection. But the result you want is them to purchase, utilize, enjoy, and benefit from our NutraVeda collection, our water, our patches, right? When we talked about clarity and power, we have to know exactly what it is we want. We have to be specific and clear. If we don't know what it is we want, you know, we use a map and we say, gosh, I'm going to go to Indiana. Well, if you're in Florida, you got to head west. And at some point, you got to head north. But if you don't have a plan to be there, being specific and clear, guess what? You might overshoot it and end up in Canada, or not stop and end up in California. So success is in the details. Where are your details? Oh, I love this one. A servo mechanism. You know, what this is a if you know, in the military, they have heat-seeking missiles, right? And what happens is it used to be missiles would just shoot at a target and they would either miss or they'd hit. Well, when they came out with the servo mechanism, it tracks on and locks onto a heat signature and follows it. Well, what we're going to talk about today is our mind and how it's a servo mechanism. What are you thinking on? What are you focusing on? So I want you to think today for just a moment, as you're making phone calls, what do you expect that outcome to be? A presentation. You're able to have a conversation with people. And what happens? This is because our mind latches on, tracks down what we're focused on. So what are you focused on most? Are you focused on, well, gosh, I make these calls, but nobody answers, or I just can't seem to get appointments, or I don't know, they're just not going to my website? Or are you saying, wow, I'm so happy and grateful that you see the vision and what I'm so excited today that I can have a conversation with you about something that has worked so phenomenal. Now, you may or may not be interested. If you are, great. If you're not, that's fine too. But you might know someone who can be blessed just like I was. And I would feel really bad if I didn't share with you the blessings that I've received, and down the road you get upset because I didn't share it with you. Excuse me. Habakkuk 2:2 says, write your vision upon tablets. Now, here's our tablet. What are we writing down on our tablet? Hopefully, then we're going to be 10K earners. We are going to have an additional $10,000 monthly coming in. What could you do with an additional $10,000? What impact could you make? Now, how do you do that? Well, it starts by having a customer base. If you have a consistent customer base of 100 people, I can assure you, they're not going to be just taking ambrosia, but they're going to be enjoying the whole different products that we have, the NutraVeda collection, the water line, our patches. And by having affiliates, these are people building the business just like you are. And of course, the end result is Black Diamond. We all want to go and reach Black Diamond status. Let's take a look at a few other things. When we focus on our outcome, not the activity, what does that mean? Our outcome, not the things that's going to get us there, not putting the gas in the car, putting oil in, all those things are the activities that have to take place for us to start the engine. You get where I'm coming from? Let's take a look at this. Our outcome, maybe you want a yacht. Nice yacht. Maybe you want a bigger one. Maybe you want a smaller one. Maybe you don't want a yacht, but you want something else. But we're going to focus on yachts right now. So say there's a yacht you want, and you are just working hard at it. You're fishing. You're doing everything you can to earn the money to get that yacht. Well, let's talk about how we can work smart, not quite so hard. I'm not saying don't work hard. I'm just saying work smarter and duplicate yourself, right? What would that look like? What would it look like if you started duplicating yourself and you had more fishermen out there working for you, doing exactly the same thing, building their business, becoming a success? That means you have a fleet of ships. A fleet. Doesn't it look so much easier to be able to attain your goal of the yacht when you're not the one having to do all the work, but a little bit of a lot of people makes for a great end result, right? Now, when we're thinking in outcomes, let's think about this for a second. Phone calls. What would you expect your outcome to be if you made a phone call? Think about it. You want them to say, how do I get started? What do I have to do? That's your expected outcome when you're making a phone call. Know in your head that they're going to ask you the question, how do I get started? How do I get the products? Where do I go to get this? How do I sign up? Does this make sense? These are how we think in outcomes. What about our smart links? What is your expected outcome with your smart link? Well, that they sign up on We Are One. So see that when you send out a smart link, that you've walked the person through the process of exactly how to get them set up. And if they're not able to do it themselves, you do it for them. You're on the phone with them. Hey, if you're having some issues, let me set you up on it right now. Get on a Zoom. We'll walk you through this process. Now, what is a three-way follow-up calls? When you're looking at expected outcomes on a follow-up call, what are you thinking about? You know what I'm thinking about? 10 referrals. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about the 10 other people that they're going to be so excited about that I can help them to build and grow their business to the point where they're going to be able to have the revenue stream to cover the cost for their products in NutraVeda line as well. Now, purpose creates a higher RPM. We want power, right? RPM in a car, vroom, vroom, gets faster, right? So we got power, we have speed, and we have drive. What does that look like? That's a diesel engine, if you haven't figured it out. That is my diesel engine. Now, why is power important? Because you have to have a foundation, a good foundation that's going to get you to your end result. Now, our foundation is our NutraVeda collection. Our NutraVeda collection is the foundation. Now, what's the speed? We have the foundation, the power behind it, right? Great products, great company, fantastic foundation. And the speed in which we're going to move is the platform of the We Are One, and soon and upcoming is the fundraising platform that we have coming on board. That's something coming soon, so hold on to your hats, folks. But the speed is the momentum of how to take our product, the power of what we've got, and the momentum. Now, what do we have? The drive to get it there. When you've got the right product, the right vehicle, then guess what? You can take it across the nation, across the globe. And that's where we are right now. See, when you add extra emotional power, it gets you through the challenging times. And what's extra emotional power? It's your attitude. It's your testimony, consuming the products so that you know, nobody, I can tell you, there is not a soul in this world that could ever convince me that there's anything I need to do differently than what I'm doing that restored my sight, other than using these products and God, of course, right? Now, when you have a big enough why, you're going to know what your purpose is. If you don't have a why that's big enough, well, you're gonna have one this week, and you're gonna know why in just a minute. We're gonna talk about a massive action plan real quick. It has to be crystal clear. Folks, get your phones out because we're gonna go through this quickly because it's really important to get to the meat. It has to be crystal clear. When I say crystal clear, a 5-year-old will understand it. Crystal clear. Write it down. Write it down. Write it down. Write it down. Put it on your phone. Put it on paper. There is something to be said. Pencil, pen to paper, eye-hand movement. Even when I was blind, I would write. I took my 2 fingers, I put a pen between it, and I would write between my 2 fingers and slide it across the paper. I pressed hard so I could feel. Now, granted, it semi-straight, but I would draw on lines and all that kind of stuff. But I knew the power of writing it down. And when you're writing it down, what's the number of contacts that you're going to have this week? I can tell you what mine is. 50. Now, I want you to know I don't have a phone until next week. So my expected outcome, because I broke mine, I found out that Samsungs don't fly real well off the back of a truck. But I'm going to have 50 new contacts between now and next week. This is my personal goal. Now, how many contacts is that a day? It's 10. I don't know about y'all, but I can talk to 10 people a day. Easy. Can you? Now, purpose. What is your purpose? Why is this result? Why do I want the result? If you don't have a purpose, you're not going to have any vague idea why you're even doing it. If you've got a plan and you're going to drive and you don't know why you're heading where you're heading, there's no purpose for going. It's like, well, okay, we're just going on a roundabout, I guess. What does it give you? What does the end result give you? What does your purpose give you? Does it give you happiness, joy, passion? Do you feel empowered because you're healthier? You have the extra money to do the things you want to do when you want to do it with who you want to do it? Having enough reasons to do something gives you enough reasons to do absolutely anything. We're going to talk about being specific and measurable. 10 new customers a week, 5 new affiliates a week. These are my personal goals that I'm writing down. I'm a healthy and vibrant 135 pounds. My girls are firm, my belly's tight, I stand up straight and tall. That's one of my mantras. And my vision is 2020 without glasses. I can assure you, my plan this year is to not need these jokers or contacts. God is going to bless me that I'm going to be able to see the computer without anything. Now, considering that I was blind for 16 years, I'm jacked up. I can use glasses to see the screen. And that my memory is sharp and clear. Well, now that I'm taking Renew, we're on the right page. Massive action plan. Make sure you capture down all that you need and want to do. See what I captured on the other one? These were things that I was writing down. Write down as much as you possibly can. Make a list. Folks, I want you to make sure you take a screenshot, a picture, or whatever of this particular screen. Because what you're going to do is you're going to chunk down the results in different categories. Now, let me give you some examples. Say you're capturing everything down. You got to do your taxes. I got to move the RV. I'm going to make 5 business appointments, right? I got to call my mom and tell her I love her. Now, I'm not going to have somebody else do that because that just wouldn't be right. I need to mow the yard. For those of you up north, I know you still don't have grass. You've got snow, so maybe you need to plow the driveway, right? Sorry for that. Buy parts for my vehicle. Do 4 3-way calls. These are my goals. Write down a chapter in my book because I'm writing a book. Wash and clean the cars. Wash the airplane. Now, let's look at how we can chunk these. Things that I can do. Only I can do these things are 3, 4, 7, and 8. I'm the only one that can do my business points. I'm the only one that can call my mother and tell her I love her because I do. And doing my 4 3-way calls, that's me making that connection. And of course, writing a chapter in my book. However, guess what? I can delegate 1, 2, 5, 6, 9, and 10. See the difference? I don't have 10 things I have to do. There's only 4. And delegate the other 6. See how powerful this is when you use a massive action plan? Here's your homework, folks. Write it down, take a picture, let it set in stone, because we've got some exciting things that are going to happen between today and next Thursday, the 9th of January, 2025. Number 1, I want you to write down your goal to the end of the year. Map it out. January through December. What are you going to do with your business January through December? What are your expected outcomes? What are you seeing in your mind's eye that you're going to do? I want you to not only break it down by the month, I want you to break it down by the month and by each week. This is homework between now and next Friday. Number 2, I want you to write down your perfect date. What would that look like? what would your perfect day look like? And when I talk about detail, I want it to sound like you are writing a story to somebody. There's this wonderful thing on computers. If you have an Apple, I don't know what it is, but for anybody who's not an Apple person, there's a thing that's you hit a mic and it's called Dictate, and you just speak it into the Word document and it just types like a little madman for you. Okay, so that makes it even easier. You don't have to really think and concentrate. You just close your eyes and imagine that my perfect day is that I wake up to the aroma of a fresh cooked breakfast and the smell of fresh juice being prepared by my own personal chef. And hearing the waves of the beach lapping and the sound of roaring round engines, airplanes flying overhead, because Bob and I are into planes. Do you see how specific and detailed? If you've ever been to an air show and you hear their wake-up call is about, well, in Oshkosh, it was 80, what was it about? The planes that flew over? Yeah, 80 T6s with the thundering round engines flying over. I can tell you, it'll wake you up in the morning, and it is your whole body vibrates. So what is your perfect day? I want you to write that down. The last thing is your why. Why are you doing it? What's the reason for it? My why is I plan on impacting globally, but starting with the United States, all prisons in the United States. Health, wellness, changing people's mindsets, using these products as a way to impact society so that when the folks have returning citizens come out, they have health, wellness, their mind is changed. They've got tranquility to stay calm and relax, people making better decisions, right? That's my why. My why is, I'm sure, I don't know of anybody else on the call that's going to say, oh, I want to work with people in prison. It wasn't something I grew up saying I'm going to do, but I can tell you that's the direction God brought me. So whatever your passion is, let's make it happen. Now, what your mind and what you can conceive and believe you can achieve. So between now and next Thursday, everybody who brings emails this to my husband, it's Bob Law. Write this down. I should have put it on the screen. I'm sorry. Oh, Bob put it in the chat. It's boblaw2001@yahoo.com. You email this to us. We have something very special for everybody who does this before next Thursday. Have your goal written down for the year. Write down your perfect day and your why. Send it to Bob Law at 2001 at Yahoo. And we have a magnificent surprise for you on Thursday. It's going to be well worth your effort. God bless you guys. I'm going to turn this over to Coach now. Coach, if you could come in, would you like me to play this for you right now, sir? Or do you want to move on? All right. I'm going to share this.
We'll close out with this.
All righty. Yes, sir.
Rhea.
How to sign up on the We Are One platform using an affiliate link. Your upline / the person referring you to We Are One will send you an email with their smart link. Click on the smart link to sign up for free. Verify referral. Check the name of the person who referred you to ensure it's correct. Let's create a new account. Account type, check the box if you're a company, uncheck if an individual. Add country, select your country from the list. Then add your basic info, enter your email, username, first and last name, and mobile number. Password, set and confirm a password with an uppercase letter, a lowercase letter, a number, and a maximum of 8 characters. Terms agreement. Check the box to agree to We Are One's terms and privacy rules and click the Create Account button. Email verification. Check email and look for a verification email from We Are One and enter code. Type the 4-digit code from the email in the provided space and click Create Account. Welcome to We Are One. A welcome message will appear. Click I'm ready to start exploring. Scroll a bit down on the Quick Share area to the We Are One logo, click Share. And then click Copy Link or generate a QR code. Optional customization, add a message or upload a photo/video if you want. Let's start sharing our NutraVeda products. From the top menu, click on Share. Type NutraVeda in the search box and click Search. You can share all the products by clicking Share All Products, and then copy link or generate a QR code. You can also share individual products by clicking on a Share Product at the bottom of the product image. To visit the NutraVeda.world website through the We Are One platform, click any product to be redirected to the NutraVeda.world website for more details, then add items to your cart and check out.
All right.
Okay, that's it. Just release thank you. First of all, I want to thank everyone for coming. And Rajiv, thank you, sir. Miss Lena, you did a marvelous job. Dr. Jana, thank you. I see you have extended your tip area and it will get, you're going to extend it even a little more. And Kim, unbelievable, unbelievable. Today, Nina, thank you, thank you, thank you. Good to see you back. Let's rock and roll. We took an hour today because it was the first of the year. We will endeavor to keep our Thursday night presentations to 45 minutes, our Tuesday night overviews to 30 minutes. Not every time it's going to work. But the people that we are looking for will spend an hour to learn how to generate $200,000 a month in business. And should they decide to do more, we have an unbelievable opportunity. We have so much information jam-packed. And then we have a library, which is carebeyond.com/training to back up. By Monday, this will be up. And it will be up. Why it's going to be up? For you to come back to it. But for your 10,000 affiliates that yet to come in, will have documented January 2, 2025. So you don't have to come back and teach this. You can give it out as an assignment. And do we have a fantastic program coming up in terms of recognition? And so I honor you. I thank you. Tomorrow morning, we're here. Tuesday night, we're here. And we will start on time. as we did today. That's why I gave the information that I did. But I honor you, and come join this journey with us. It isn't easy. It's never easy to make 100, 200, or $250,000. My own story, if you looked at my track record in prepaid legal, now Legal Shield, for my first 2.5, 3 years, I was a miserable failure. And I had already produced $1 million business in other organizations. But I haven't been there in 17 years now, and there are people working at full time that has not done what I have done. It's not about me. It's about the processes that have been set up here. Free enrollment, okay? Rajiv has come up with an unbelievable fundraising. And what that will do is it will fast track your customer base beyond belief. And with new products, this is an unprecedented organization that your kids' will be talking about. Okay? My good friend, he's been dead now for 10 years. Okay? Year before last, Amway paid his estate $7.5 million. What could you do with this opportunity? I have another friend. I think that Kim Lowell was in his organization. All right? I just called him Moneybags. Dave Savula. Dave, unborn grandkids will never have to work another day in their life based on what their grandma and granddad, Dave Savula and his wife, created. God bless you, and I invite you to come take this journey. We're going to hit some rocks, but we will succeed. God bless you, and let's have a terrific, Marcy, 2025. And Miss Lena, 2025 is your
Okay.
year for success. Thank
Yeah.
you, and good night.
Coach,
Thank you,
please
everyone.
remember that this, the passcode, we are now in 2025. So it's
Yes.
going to be choose 2025 for our next presentations that we do. We want to make sure everybody knows that. It's going to be
Right.
choose 2025.
Next Thursday night, after next Thursday night, I'm going to change it to 2025. I want the message to go out.
Okay, and Coach, the website is carebeyond.com.
Carebeyond, no, carebeyond.online
.online, okay.
/
Oh, Jana,
yeah.
okay, Jana put it in the chat, everyone, if you'd like to see that. Okay,
Thank
it's one word,
And-
right?
And
There's no
Dr.
space
Janet,
between Care Beyond.
Yeah,
That's
just corrected it. Thank you, thank you.
Dr. Janet, you had your hand up?
Well, actually, no, but I am gonna just take a second to circle back to the weekly wellness tips. All the foods that we talked about that feed those beneficial bacteria are in our Nutraveda probiotic product.
That's right. That's right.
They're all in.
That's right.
And
right.
I mean, how can we lose? Right now, we have buy one, get one free. I have been waiting and waiting. I actually broke down and purchased some other random commercial product. And it just is not the same. So I am really, really excited. And this is only one, people, of all the products we have. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Rajiv, is there a code that we need to put in for that discount code? Or is
Yeah.
it already
Yes, yes,
set
it's
up?
called Gut Health.
Health.
Yeah,
All
it's there on
caps.
the chat.
Say it again, Gut Health, what?
Gut Health, all caps, would be the coupon code. And it's buy one, get one 50% off.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you.
Right.
Night, night.
You.
Have a
God
good
bless
night,
everybody.
And Happy
Happy
New Year.
Happy New Year, guys.
Good
Happy New
night.
Year.
4 years.
Bye. Happy New Year to each and every.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Feliz
Year.
año
Happy New
nuevo.
Year, Mark.
Everyone. Happy New Year.
Bye.